Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and the worst of all.
What is going on, guys? We are at we are back with another review of a day at review of a day at an amusement park, and this time we will be talking about this day we just had at Dorney Park, the fun and only. And so, anyway, let's just get started with this review of the day. So when we first got to Dorney Park, we headed to Steel Force, and then after Steel Force, we headed to Possessed, and then after Possessed, we headed to Dominator Green, and then after Dominator Green, we headed to Music Express.
Yeah, Music
where we
Express.
rode the rhythm. Shout out Jack. And after we rode the rhythm on Music Express, we headed to Hydra, and then after Hydra, we headed to Wildwater Kingdom, where we
started with Lightning Falls.
We started with Lightning Falls, yeah. And then we went on Patriots Plunge, and then after Patriots Plunge, we headed to Aqua Blast.
Yeah, Aqua Blast. Yeah.
Yeah, Aqua Blast. And then after Aqua Blast, we headed to Wildwater Rapids, and then after Wildwater Rapids, we headed to Cascade, and then after Cascade, we headed to Snake Pit, where I rode Constrictor once again, and then after Snake Pit, then we get we rode Wildwater River, and then after that we rode Snake Pit, where this time I rode the Green Boa Blasters, and then after that we headed to Aqua Racer, and then after Aqua Racer we headed to Jumpin' Jack Splash, where my scream out inside the blue slide was like, whoa, ah! And so, and all the people could hear me, like even kids were laughing at it. And I also forgot to mention another funny moment at Hydra. A couple saw me take off my shoes and socks, and the guy pointed at me and was like, and then the girl was like, "Is he really doing that?" So, anyways, back to the review of the day. Back to the rest of the review of the day. I'm gotta get in Wildwater Kingdom mode here. So after Jumpin' Jack Splash, we headed back on Snake Pit, where I got on the Blue Boa Blasters, and where Evie could hear me inside Constrictor.
Yeah, all the way inside Constrictor.
Yeah, and that was insane. So anyway, after that we headed to the new icy stand. Oh my god! And that I nicknamed it that because of the moment I was freaking out. I was freaking out with excitement just to get an icy from the new icy stand.
When it was new.
Yeah. And then so anyway, we both got wild cherry from the new icy stand, from the icy stand. Oh my god. And then after that, we headed to
Thunder Canyon.
The first ride of the season. After Thunder Canyon, we headed to Kaleidoscope, and then after Kaleidoscope, we headed to Wave Swinger. Was it?
Yeah, I think, Wave Swinger.
Yeah. And after Wave Swinger, we headed to Talon, and then after Talon, we headed to Meteor, and then after Meteor, we continued down to Midway to Tilt-A-Whirl.
Yeah.
And then after Tilt-A-Whirl, we headed to Enterprise, and then after Enterprise, we headed to Apollo, and after Apollo, we headed to Sea Dragon, I think it was.
Yes, Sea Dragon.
Yeah. Actually, we rode Dominator Red.
Oh wait, no, never mind. That was later on.
Yeah. Yeah. After Dominator Red, we headed for a ride on Zephyr, and then after Zephyr, we went on Monster, and then after Monster, we went on Thunderhawk, and then after Thunderhawk, we got a re-ride on Steel Force.
No, we went on Scrambler, remember?
Oh yeah, Scrambler, yeah. And after Scrambler, we headed to Steel Force. And after Steel Force, we headed to Possessed because Revolution was closed. Wah, wah, wah.
It's down for maintenance the whole day.
Yeah.
Maintenance was working on it as we were passing by.
So after that, we headed to Possessed. So after that disappointment, we headed to Possessed. And then after Possessed, we headed to
I think Demon Drop.
Demon Drop, yeah. And then after Demon Drop, we headed to Sea Dragon. And then after Sea Dragon, we headed to Kaleidoscope, I think it was, I don't know. And
maybe it was, yeah.
yeah. And then after that, we got a ride in on Wild Mouse, wasn't it? Didn't we get a ride in on Wild Mouse?
Was it that time?
Yeah, I think it might have been that time, actually.
Yeah, it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. So, anyways, at Wild Mouse, before we before we went up the lift hill, Jabbar was like, "You better have shoes on," and then we were like, "He took them off multiple times today," and he was like, "Socks too," and then I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, so shout out Jabbar there. And then after Wild Mouse, we headed to a rewrite on Talon, was it?
Or was it Hydra at that time?
I think
it might have been Talon, actually.
Yeah, it might have been Talon.
Yeah, Talon, it was. Yeah, it was. Never mind.
Yeah. And after Talon, we headed to Dodgem.
Yeah.
And then after Dodgem, we headed to Chickies and Pete's.
It was Hydra first.
Oh, Hydra. And after Hydra, we went to Chickies and Pete's, which was really good. And so after Chickies and Pete's, we headed to Kaleidoscope for a re-ride. And then after that, we got a re-ride on Talon. And then after Talon, we tried to get a ride. We tried to get a ride in on Wild Mouse, but they closed for maintenance. And so then after that, after Kaleidoscope, we headed to Wild Mouse, where we attempted to get a re-ride, but it went down. So after that, we headed for our last ride of the night on Talon. And then after Talon, that basically concluded our day at Dorney Park. So make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, and make sure to stay tuned for more. Coming soon to Coaster Plus Music 19. And make sure to subscribe if you're new and turn on post notifications so you will not miss when I upload a new video. And make sure to check out my merch store on Bonfire. I'll have a link in the description. I sell t-shirts, face masks, all the things. So make sure to go check it out. I'll have a link in the description. And I will see you in the